Hey, this is Stacia, and we are going to play a training game on chess.com. So, we're going to do a 15-10 game. And even though I taught chess camp all day and a student after that, I feel like playing chess. So, what is wrong with me? I don't know. But we're going to play chess because, yeah, I'm just kind of dying to play a game. Ooh, so it looks like I fell under 1800, which I'm not too happy about, but that's okay. We will recover. And we're playing an 1822 player from Ukraine. Okay, now unfortunately we have the black pieces, but that's okay. E4, E5. Let's see how this goes. D3. It's kind of an unambitious move. So I can meet this with just knight f6, although it doesn't attack a pawn, so maybe I should go for d5. I could play d5 now. d5 takes and queen takes, knight c3. And we get a Scandi where they don't have d4 in. So that actually seems reasonable. I might actually go d4. I could also go d4, and if takes knight f6, then I guess there's c4 though. And then I have c6. I'm going to play d5. I feel like this, if there's a way to punish d3, this is probably it. So I'm going to try this. Probably there is no way to actually punish g3, so I'm being a little ambitious here, but let's see what happens. g3, interesting. So, I mean, what happens if I take, right? Like if I take and we trade queens, that cannot be too bad for me. So I'm going to do this, and let's see what they have in mind, because they're willing to go into this endgame. I'm kind of surprised by this, because I feel that g3 is not a useful tempo, so I am going to trade queens here. And now knight f6 looks good. Is a tempo, and I'm threatening potential fork. F3. So they're just going to play solid and claim that they're fine. I mean, what I'd love is to get a rook on d8. Castling queenside would accomplish that. So if I just go knight to c6, makes a lot of sense to me. Now, if they go bishop b5, I don't see why I can't just play bishop d7 there and then a6. So I think, yeah, they're just guarding against the knights, I guess. And they're going to put the king on c2, I think. If they put the king on c2, very interested in rerouting the knight and playing f5. I think I can do this slowly. So I'm going to go bishop e6, bishop e6, castle queenside, and maybe knight d7. Probably here, f5, stuff like that. So that's kind of the setup that I want. What does white want? They actually could play bishop h3 to trade the bishop. It's a little bit annoying, actually. But if they do that, I'll castle queenside with check. King c2. It's an annoying position. But it's actually rich in its own way. Yeah, they are doing this. That pins my bishop. They want to capture that. Makes sense. So if I take, they're going to take with the knight. The knight will be threatening g5. Knight g5, but if not, otherwise here. I do want to take, because I don't really want to allow them to double pawns. So I think I will take. So they really were playing for this endgame, I guess. It's kind of surprising, but I mean, with the white pieces, why would you want this endgame? I don't know. It's a foreign concept to me. So now they're threatening to come into g5 and possibly fork on f7. So I think h6 is warranted here. Puts a pawn on the dark squares, which I don't love, but I'm going to do it. So, yeah, I think they're playing well. King e2, interesting. So what do we do? I want to get this pawn protected, actually, maybe by f6. This pawn's weak for them, which is why they put their king there to protect. This square's weak. So knight d7. Knight c5 is an idea. They could play b4 if they want to. That weakens this, though. I think I will play knight d7. So I'm not that happy with this position because I have a dark square bishop. My pawns are on dark squares so far, and like f6 makes sense, which is another dark square. So it doesn't make sense in terms of my bishop. But it does make sense in terms of protecting my guy on e5. They have a dark square bishop as well. But yeah, look, they're putting a pawn on light squares. And I think they might be intending some light square pushes here. That puts another pawn on dark squares. So I think I do want to trade bishops, which So if here, I guess that move. So threatening that. That would trade bishops. But my knight's getting like trapped there. This looks weird, but I like the look of stopping this because and if I go here, we will, bishop could go here. I will take it. And then I continue to have the square for the knight. So I'm like fighting for the c5 square. That's what I was doing. So okay, they may be coming to g4 to attack the pawn. It's protected. So I actually, oh, they're actually guarding this. They're just being prophylactic. Okay, but I feel like this is an improvement. It's going to open the rook. If they move the knight, I'll jump in here. They can't really push, right? Because takes. So I'm going to play this anyway. And let's see what we get from here. This is not a bad square for the knight, but I don't have these squares, which is annoying. But it is fairly central. And could be sort of out of the way as well, which is what I like about it. But yeah, I don't have a lot of ideas in this position. It's a weird game so far. It's not a normal game. It's just like quiet in game. Some people call these queenless middle games. I actually think that's a more accurate way to describe it, though. Okay, that does not attack anything, right? They're offering knight b3, which I'm tempted to take. Attacks the rook and that bishop. But wait, I want to trade bishops. I don't want to trade a knight for a bishop, right? So maybe that's not as good of a trade as I wish it was. If it's not, then yeah. Oh no. I think their bishop's not great, so I don't want to trade it for a knight. So we have to avoid that trade. I want to break with f5. Can I play g6 and f5? The question I have. Also, they're going to challenge my rook, aren't they? So maybe I just go here. Could do that next too. think bishop e7 is the way to go, though. Are they threatening this at all? I don't think so. Take, take, take. Okay, I don't want to play too slowly, so I'm just playing this move. I'm considering this. I want to trade bishops, and I feel like f4 is not going to be desirable at all because I'm on this, and yeah, they really want to trade the bishop for the knight, looks like. Do you think that's what's happening here? But I can play here now. They can move their rook and attack my bishop, though. It's pretty annoying. Or attack my knight, rather. So maybe I should go knight to e6, try to trade bishops. This is tough. Okay, they're attacking that. They're also covering c5. Those knights are quite good. Dang it. I probably have to play f6, which I'm not happy about at all. If I take with the rook, though, it does force the king in. Check. King comes back. It's nothing. Not too happy about this game so far. I don't like this. How do I get active? I'm just having trouble, like, finding active moves here. Seems like they're shutting down everything. This is covered twice. So what if I go here? Seems silly to me. I just want to protect, though. Gonna have to follow my intuition a little bit. Not recommended when you're me. All right, let's see. For doubling. I could also double. I don't see why not. I need some kind of idea, though, and I don't have a good one at all. Looking, though. F5 is not good now because it weakens that. I could take double pawns, but so this knight can't move. So what do we do with this knight? I'm low in time now. Wonderful. Just taking space, I think. So I think maybe a plan is this. To improve the knight. This knight is also not great. But what I want to do is just seize control of c5 and occupy it. I'm not even sure it works. Okay, they just let go of c5. Okay, but my rook's hanging. Let's take. So now I have bishop c5. My pawns are on dark squares, so this trade will be a good thing. It's also a tempo on b3. And they can't really get out of it. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking I'll play g6 to stop the knight from coming to f5. Because I assume they're going to take like that. Yeah, they did. So this is that even a big deal? I could push. They go here. They could come in, cause some problems. So why don't we just restrict them? That's the game they're playing against us. Now it's all symmetrical. It just seems equalish. Their king's more active, though, and maybe their knights are too. Oh, I missed that one. But we have options here, I think. This is protected. If they take, I take. They go here, attacking that pawn. I have knight g7. How do I get play on them, though? Possibly e4. King there. Okay, I kind of want to play, I need to get my king in the action, get my knights improved. It's hard to improve my knights, though. It's so hard. If I play here, they double my pawns. This is covered too many times. If knight d8, where can I go? There, there. Where am I trying to even get? I don't know. Maybe here to push e4 or something. All right, I'll try this because I got to do something. That hangs a pawn. I can't do that. Frustrating game. I have to play this anyway, so I might as well do it, I guess. I'm worse. And I'm way behind on time, too. They're trying to kick my knight and win the pawn. Makes a lot of sense. So what if I push them? What if I push this? So I just lose a pawn. Take, take, take. Sure does. I just feel outplayed. I don't know what to say. It just feels outplayed this game. There's knight d4. So I doubt is anything. They just take. Yeah, I'm just falling apart. That's what it feels like to me. They can now take here. Check. They can attack me. But I was thinking maybe c6. If they take me, I take them. But I should be down a pawn there. But this structure is like maybe holdable over here. And the knight on g7 is guarding stuff. So if I go c6, they could take here, winning a pawn. Then I take here, winning a pawn. I don't think this is right at all, but I gotta try something because I'm just losing. If they do this, I'm still close enough. But I'm also restricting the knight, and I will attack it next, I guess, and can protect this pawn now. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I really want my knight to guard that, to stop that pawn. This knight can't so easily get these, so we'll try that. I'm thinking if they push, I go check and win that. If I bring my king over, my king's like so far away that I'm probably lost. That's my feeling. But I'm definitely worse anyway. This is bad. 2 outside pass pawns. This is winning for white. But let's see if we can get some crazy miracle fork and win a pawn or something. If I win one of those pawns, it should be a draw. But if I don't, it's definitely losing. Okay, we got one. Seems bad for him. That was a blunder. I'll offer a draw. I should have waited. I have to protect this because if he pushes, I've got to go here. What? Take, take. It's a draw. I just get the pawn. Okay, so I've had a lot of draws as of late. This is going to be an interesting game to look at, though, because insufficient material. I can't mate him. All he has to do is take now. What is he doing? Come on. Good game. Well played. Definitely well played. So I got 1 rating point, but this game was tough, I felt. So let's try to come up with some kind of conclusion without looking at the engine. So one conclusion I have is maybe this ending, which I felt intuitively was at least equal for me. It was more difficult than I thought. So I suspect that maybe white is okay or better. Like, maybe I just missed f3. Like, I just missed it. That completely restricts my knight. Like, I'm trying to fork them and they just restrict me. Maybe I'm not understanding the power of those moves, but we'll see. Yeah, it forces a trade of my bishop, my good bishop. This all felt fine. Like, maybe I'm slightly worse. But it was hard to, like, his knights are so good here, and my knights are not. I feel like his knights are, maybe they're not that good either. Yeah, actually his knights aren't great either, but maybe his position's equal. So he tried to get more space. We traded rooks. And then I got my dream of trading bishops, but then like here, it got very difficult to play because he attacked my pawn and there's not much I could do about it, right? So actually g6 is probably just wrong because he immediately was able to bring his knight in the center and attack the pawn, which is newly weakened because I played g6. And this is the kind of player that this person is. They wait for you to make moves and they take advantage of what you leave behind. I have seen players, I mean, that's a common chess thing. You should always do that, but some players really focus on it, and I feel like that's what this player is doing. So I was kind of forced to push, but I feel like I'm just worse here. And he blundered, I think. Yeah, he blundered this little fork. And I think after this, it's just a draw, which he saw. He saw that knight c4 is a draw because I can take his knight, but now I don't have sufficient mating material. He's going to absolutely win the pawn. And once he does, he was like messing with me there, seeing if I would lose on time, I guess, or resign. Fair enough. I would do the same. So now let's look at the game and see if we're right, if our conclusions are right, and see what we can learn, because this was an interesting one. Yeah, white was winning, so we were very lucky to scrape out a draw here. So I'm pleased about that, but on the other hand, looks like we could have played better in the opening. So let's see. So d3 is a book move, I guess. That seems bad. d5 I thought was probably the best move. Let's see. It's second. Knight c6 is better. And if knight c6, we probably just go into normal stuff, right? Like, should I go knight f6? I can. I can also go knight ge7, which is, this is like what I feel like doing when my opponent plays like a bit passive. I want to do this and go for like f5, which I don't even see f5 in this line for some reason. But okay. Let's just continue. g3, I should just play. I mean, it likes, yeah, this favors black, which is kind of what I thought. But then, like, from here, it got rougher. So knight f6 seems like a good move, but it lost a little bit of advantage. I should have gone bishop to c5. But don't ask me why. I have no idea. Maybe because their bishop on c1 doesn't have a lot of good options. And its best option is e3. But when we play bishop c5, we take that away because they'll have to now double their pawns in order to play that move or prepare it. If they come to this square, we'll just play c6, kick it away. And if they go on d2, they're sort of in the way of everything, especially the knight, which wanted to use that square. So I think that's why that move is right. But instead I went here, and yes, F3 is best. And then I went here, and C3 is best. So I just like failed to realize they could just restrict my knights, and then they're super awkward. Now the position's equal. I don't have an advantage. So wow, that was that's kind of baffling to me, but it also felt like it, you know? I just felt like, oh no, my knights are restricted and now it's hard to maneuver. Um, it's an idea I've seen before, I just didn't realize. It says king c2, which is what I expected. Knight here. Okay, I castled. Bishop h3 was correct. I thought they could play bishop e5 here. But the engine doesn't like it. It does say a6 is a move, which is interesting. So I thought here they could take and mess up my pawns. But okay, this is something I am familiar with. My pawns are messed up. And my king looks unsafe, but there's no queens on the board. So he's not as unsafe as he looks. And I get the two bishops. And the two bishops, that advantage counteracts any pawn structure disadvantage. And especially, I guess, because it's an endgame. And probably because, well, I'm not exactly sure why the computer likes it so much, but I would think that black's at least equal here and maybe has an edge. It is true that they wasted time getting their bishop out and trading it off, and our rook's already on d8. So we have a slight development advantage as well. My computer's slowing down. It's been doing this. King e2 is excellent. Okay. So I go here. What was I supposed to do? It wants knight e8. So did I pick the wrong circuit? I think I did. Because after this, I even thought they could try to stop me this way. But once I get here, I really don't have any prospects. So if I go knight e8, where am I going? Maybe I'm going here and playing for f5. I'm not sure. Let's see. I'm really curious. So it says knight to c4 for white. Knight d6. Okay, we could trade knights. This would be fine. I'd be happy with that. But even better would be, no, it likes knight d6. Okay. All right. In the game, it likes a5. I'm glad to see that. That was a tough decision because I don't want to put a bunch of pawns on dark squares when I only have a dark square bishop. But I did not want to see b4. I thought b4 was a very restrictive move on my pieces, especially the knights. But yeah, the bishop too. So turns out that was right. Knight to c5. I was eyeing this square, but I could never quite get it. My opponent just looked at what I was doing and stopped it. It was just super annoying. Yeah, and white's better now, so I've been slowly outplayed, which is what it felt like. I should play f6 here. I did not want to let them take the knight with that bishop. I thought knights are better in this position. And on a practical level, in a rapid game, it's probably the right choice. Okay, f6 is just solid. We just want to be solid. But now I really want to trade this bishop. So that is why. See, all my pawns are in dark squares. I really got to trade the bishop. Computer wants h5. f5 or knight f8 or g6. So I don't know why this is wrong. Oh, there's tactic. Bishop takes b6. Oh, yeah. There's a fork. I did not see this during the game. But that's annoying. So after they take on b6, we can't even take back. So we just lose a pawn there. Yeah, that's not good. But luckily they didn't see it. They probably have it here too, or no? Yeah, they still have it. So they missed that. So they definitely weren't cheating then. So that's good. King b7. So here it's still like white has a microscopic edge. I thought it was more than that. Yep, and g6 was a mistake. So we did know this because of knight d5. This is the only move I could think of, so it is the top engine move, but because, like, how else do you save the pawn? There's nothing else. When I'm forced to play the best move, I can find it. Takes. King e3 was a mistake. Because of knight g7, wow, which I played. Wow, and I did not know what to do here. I was just trying to, I just saw that they're going to attack this. And I couldn't find a better move. So yeah, I thought a while here, like a long time. So I walked into the best move, I guess, or a good move. And then this was wrong. Wow, f4 check is strong. I did not see this. f4 check, take, and like knight takes? Like, why is this? Is it because we're distracting a knight away and then we take there and win that or something, I guess? Knight f5 check. Oh, it's clearance. We want the knight here to win h4. They have to go to f2 because this pawn's going to get out of hand really quick. Or maybe they don't. Let's find out. If they go here, I would definitely take this. Oh, wow, white's winning. So we can't do it right away. But we could play knight d6 check or knight g3 check. I like this, just restricting that king. He has to come back now. The best we have is like perpetual, I think. Okay, fine. This was a blunder because of knight 5 takes b4. Which is honestly what I was expecting. I thought this was good too, but there's still f4 check, which I just missed. So I did this, which is a blunder because I didn't play f4 check, and he's winning here. So he finds the best move. Yeah, and I did realize I was like losing here. But I thought maybe he'll blunder, and he did. Yeah, like I was not happy with this position. I'm just trying to hold it together, but it feels like I'm on the back foot for sure. And then he made this move, which is not right. But then he blundered a fork, and that's all it was, which is what I thought. So he just blundered this fork. So we got a draw. So interesting game, very interesting queenless middle game, let's call it, where I feel like I was mostly outplayed, but then my opponent just like blundered a fork at the end, giving up one of their pawns. And after that, it was a drawn position. And that's it. So hope you enjoyed the game and learned something. And I'll be back with more chess. Bye.